At 500 this time, at 2 million, at 2 million you want the complete
2 days
package.
of
Have a look
frenetic
at it.
trading came to an end on Friday with the second and final day of the 2016 Cape Premier Yearling Sale taking place in Cape Town. The sale had established a new record for a yearling sold at auction in South Africa a day earlier, when a Silvano colt named Silver Coin was knocked down for 6 million rand, smashing the previous record of 5.2 million rand, which had been set at last year's sale.
5 million 5 million 5 now. 5 million 5, what do you say, sir? 5 million 500 once, twice. For the third and final call, I sell. You're gone, sir. I sell to the front. You're out. I sell all done for 5 million. Sure you won't. For 5 million 750. 6 million. 6 million. 6 million, sir. What do we think? 6 million now. Can we beat 250 again? 6 million. Should we beat 250? 6 million. You're gone. 6 million. You're gone. You're out. I thank you for your help, sir. It's 6 million all done. Sure you won't. I sell to the front this time. Don't he walks out of your life, sir. Quality individual. I sell them all done for 6 million. In front, 6 million.
My shortlist this year was exceptionally long, and it was very difficult to eliminate horses, and I think you can see that by the depth of the prices in the market and what people are paying for the average horse here. There's a standout quality draft this year. The breeders have done a magnificent job. I think they're also getting used to how to prepare horses for this early sale, and I think the breeders have also realized when you've got an outstanding horse, this is a place to come and sell it, because you can really get big money at the sale for a horse.
At 5,250 now. Ask them nicely, Kurt. 5,250. Can we be 5 million 5? 5,250 now. Be 5 million 5. What do you say? Don't look at me. Look at them. 5 million 250. Say 5 can I? At 5 million 250 once. 5 million 250 twice in front. I sell. At 5 million 250. Say 5.5, won't you? At 5 million 250,000 for the third and final call. I sell in front. All done. You're out. You're out. I sell in front for 5 million 250. Tina Rao, Bloodstock. Tina Rao, thank you, Tina.
As always, there's been a really good bunch of horses here. I mean, I've been around the farms and sort of looked at the horses there, and then again here, and there's always, I mean, obviously, you know, you'll get the odd one where you say, well, that might not float my boat, but it is a select sale, and I think the amount of horses where you could really say, you know, I wouldn't want this is very small, and there's some very, very nice horses here.
There continued to be good money for several top lots, with Friday's top lot coming in the form of lot 183, a colt by leading sire Dynasty. Consigned by Highlands Farm, the colt named Dynasty's Blossom was knocked down for 4.5 million rand.
At 4 million 500, just one more. At 4 million 5, would you? At 4 million 5 last time then. Hate to insist, at 4 million 5, all done and sold at 4 million 5. Warren, thank you very much indeed, 4 million 500,000.
Dogwood founder Cot Campbell's namesake, a colt by prominent sire Trippy out of Grade 1 Cape Fillies Guineas winner Ebony Flyer, was another to find favour with the buyers, with the colt being knocked down to bloodstock agent John Freeman for 3.3 million rand.
Thank you very much, John Freeman and company.
However, it was the 6 million rand by Silver Coin who really set the tone for the sale. He assisted his sire Silvano in becoming the leading sire for the 2016 Cape Premier Yearling Sale. Silvano sired 22 yearlings to sell, and they grossed a total of 24.5 million rand and averaged 1.13 million rand. Reigning champion sire Captain L finished second on his sire's log, with the always popular Dynasty back in third. Mayfair speculators were the sale's leading buyer once again. They bought 9 lots for a total of 13.4 million rand. Overseas buyers were also active at the sale, with Tina Rao and MV Magnia both active. Peter and Ross Doyle buying 4 lots for 3.85 million rand, and Amanda Skiffington picking up 3 yearlings for 2.15 million.
Incredible draft and another great event put up by CTS, and the results are just better and better every year. I saw the average is over 600,000 rand this year, and it was really hard to buy horses. The top horses all sold really well and very well attended, and just a wonderful environment to have a sale. We had a lot of international guests again, and our owner insurers were actually here for the day, and they're just amazed. They haven't seen anything like this in the world in terms of having a sale in the middle of a city, and just the vibe that's created here by CTS. So really well done.
I thought the yearlings were very well turned out this year. Obviously this early sale's been going a couple of years now, and I thought actually this year for the first time they all were very well turned out, which was nice. Obviously it's a very expensive sale and there were a lot of really big prices, but yeah, in general I think there was a very nice draft.
It was a very good draft. I think the best that they've had, Vicky, and they were very expensive, but fortunately we got what we wanted and came home satisfied.
Vix, I think each year it's going to get stronger and better, and I think this year shows it. Not easy to buy horses, top of the market, get stronger and stronger, but it's great to be here, and it's a great innovation from CTS.
Klavervlei led the vendors list by aggregate. Their 49 yearlings amassed a total of 38.27 million rand, with Highland second top by aggregate. Another Cape farm to enjoy a hugely successful sale was Drakenstein Stud, whose 9 lots amassed an impressive 17.1 million rand. Overall, the sales aggregate rose from 120 million a year ago to 135 million. However, the average dropped from 2015, 644,000 to 600,000, and the median also decreased from 400,000 to 375,000. Buyers gained an additional incentive for the sale, as graduates of the Premier Sale automatically qualify for 2 $500,000 races in 2018, with an additional bonus of $1 million up for grabs if one owner should win both contests.
I thank you for your help, sir, and 6 million all done. Sure you won't. I sell to the front. I sell them all done for 6 million.
And it's a warm welcome to have in the studio this evening MD of the CTS Sales, Adrian Todd. Welcome back.
Thank you, Julie. It's always a pleasure to come and join you on the show.
Haven't been with you or haven't chatted to you for a while. Obviously, I know you've been a busy man. Lots of preparation going in for the sales and, of course, the CTS $1 million race. But there's a lot that goes on prior to that, Adrian, and as we can see, lots of socializing.
Look, Julie, it starts very late in the previous year. You know, the inspectors go around and do the inspections, and obviously we then sit and pick the final horses that are on the sale. And we knew from the very start that this was a special catalogue this year. I must applaud the vendors that we've got here in South Africa. They've really brought these horses onto a wonderful level of preparation. 50 more horses than last year, and quality did not slip at all. It's probably even better than it was for the 200 we had last year. So just a wonderful catalogue prepared by the vendors. They did an excellent job. And then, of course, going into the week, you know, starting off with the Klavervlei Golf Day, and that's a wonderful day, great fun's had by all. Some people take it rather seriously, some people have it just as a fun day out and hit a few balls, miss a few balls and have a beer.
Is that golf day rigged? Because how does Grant Knowles win his own golf day?
Well, he starts off by doing one thing that I haven't quite managed, and that's always hitting the ball. You know, so that is a good start. I'm really the wrong person to comment on golf, but still had a great day.
Yeah, I think he gets a lot of practice in. I think it's about practice, and he obviously does a lot of that. Just going back to the quality of sale, I have to agree with you, Adrian. I had a look at those horses, and I've been coming to that CTSK Premier Yearling Sale for the last couple of years now. You can see that the quality of horse this year, and not to say that the years previously have been bad at all. I mean, they've been top quality horses. But this year, it's almost like they've moved up a notch.
That's definitely correct. You know, it was phenomenal horses that were put on the sale this year.
And what I loved about the sale as well, I know it's harder for our local buyers because of the competition, but but there was so more international interest. The international buyers were there and the visitors. Just to have that international vibe at the sale was great.
Oh, definitely, and that's been growing, Jules. You know, there was a lot more international participation this year, and the locals competed fairly equally with them, though. There were many lots that I noticed there. It was an international that was the underbidder, and then the next one would be an international that bought it. So it was a very fair playing field. And as you travel around these days to the different sales, 5 years ago nobody had really heard of sales in Cape Town, and South African sales were just sort of looked at, oh, okay, they're having a sale. But now it's fairly well planted, or it's definitely well planted on the international sales calendar. Going into next year, I already know that New Zealand Bloodstock are going to be moving the Karaka sale a week later, so that it makes it easier for people to attend both sales. So I think that says a lot for the quality of horses that we're selling here in this country.
And that's a huge feather in your cap for CTS, because to get a sale like that, and especially abroad, to actually move their sale, says, well, we don't want to compete, we want to give our sale a fair chance. And I think that's a huge feather for you and for your team, and I think for South Africa as a whole.
Oh, thanks, Jules. I think it definitely it's a huge feather for the vendors and the quality of the horses that they're bringing to sales in South Africa.
Now let's move on to the social events, because it's not just about the sales. I mean, there's a whole build-up. So for these international visitors that do come through, for the local buyers, the vendors, it's actually fun. It's not, yes, sales is stressful, and of course there's lots of pressure when those hands are going up for the money that these horses are going for, because at the end of the day it is rands and cents that they're buying. But it's fun for them. It's a whole week of just going out, socializing, getting together and mixing and blending.
No, definitely. You know, we've always said, Jules, that it's a lifestyle, and that's the way we've tried to position our marketing as a company, and it's been very successful. The buyers were happy, the vendors were happy, everybody had a chance to mingle, meet new people, greet old friends they hadn't seen for some time, and that's what we're trying to create, just a wonderful week in Cape Town. And that's also one of the attractions to the sale, not just the horses, not just the social events, but the fact that it's conducted in January in Cape Town.
Yeah, and it is the most beautiful time of the year to be in the mother city.
It definitely is.
Beautiful. Let's talk about history-making CTS $1 Million Race, the Investec Day of Dreams. I wasn't there personally. I watched it behind the scenes from the studio, but I can tell you from what the viewers saw, it looked superb. The feedback that we've had from the people that were involved, they said it's probably one of the best race days that they've actually attended.
Well, a lot of the foreign participants and visitors told us that as well, that they said it was without a doubt one of the best race days they'd attended anywhere in the world. And the concept was to create something special. And with Investec coming on board and naming it the Investec Day of Dreams, and then Clava Flay coming on board to co-host with Investec and CTS in that massive marquee, I don't think you can use the word tent. A great day of racing. 2 Group 1s on the day, and then of course the $1 Million.
And it's of course the inaugural $1 Million race.
Correct.
We may not see another $1 Million, because from now on, over the next couple of years, it's broken into 2 $500,000 races, which is more exciting, because if the partnership of the first $500,000 manages to win the second $500,000 race, they're in line for $1 million as well, which, I mean, it's just, that's mind-blowing on its own. But for your first event, one can only think that you've set the standard very high. Are you going to be able to do better next year?
Well, we're always trying, Jules. You know, we're always trying to set the bar that little bit higher as each year goes on.
Well, like you've done with your sales. I mean, each and every year we get to a CTS sale and it's, well, they can't do better. They can't give us more, and yet you guys keep providing that. So you've kept that standard, and you've always said that you will keep growing it, and that's what you've done. You've kind of kept to your word with that. So I can only imagine Investec Day of Dreams next year will probably be bigger and better.
We'll certainly try.
Let's talk about the winner of the race, Adrian, because I said to Grant when we opened, I mean, the sport makes dreams come true. And to see the expression on Glenn Puller's face when he was leading in that horse, the excitement from his brother, Garth, you know, giving him that hug. I mean, that's so much emotion. That's what racing is really all about.
No, definitely. And, you know, it's perfect. That is what racing is all about. When those gates open, everybody's with a chance.
It's fair play.
It is.
Yeah.
And, you know, it comes back to you've got to be in it to win it. And there's the 3 sales that are eligible for those big races, or that big race, sorry. The Premier sale, now the March sale, and the April Select sale up here in Johannesburg. So there's plenty more opportunities for people to get into the running for the 2018 races, with the 2 of them. But it's a wonderful story. You know, I was looking at the guys as they came in there to the winning circle, and it was almost pride, happiness, with a fair amount of disbelief.
Shock.
And, yeah, shock. That's a good way of putting it.
It
And
was.
It's just, what else can I say? It's a wonderful story.
And to think that they paid 180,000 Rand and already worth so much more.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's that old saying, horses don't know what
No,
they're
they
worth.
don't. You're so right. But a great story, as you said, and I think there's going to be so much more about over the next couple of weeks. Thank you very much for your time. Just to mention the dates for the next sale that we can look forward to. I know we're back in Johannesburg for your next sale.
No, we're having the March sale
of
first
course,
in
that's,
Cape Town.
That's book 2.
Yeah, well, CTS March sales, its name now. And then after that will be the April Select sale in Johannesburg. All the
Okay.
dates and everything are available on our website. And of course, we'll be starting with the advertising hype for these 2 sales from now.
So lots of more work, but I'm sure that you and your team, as always, will do the best that you guys do, and we'll be in for some good sales, good results throughout the year, and we're looking forward to the next $500,000 races. I think everybody's going to be putting up their hand now and just trying to get in to at least one of those races. So we're certainly looking forward to that. Adrian, thank you very much, and thanks to CTS once again for the sponsorship and for what you do for racing.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thanks to Adrian Todd, and once again, MD of CTS Sales. If you were out at the sales, you'll know exactly what we were talking about. A fantastic event. And of course, the CTS $1 million race won by Illuminator last weekend was a dream come true.
We are here at the South African Jockey Academy, the Cape Town-based one, which is in Milnerton, to chat to Hevlin van der Hoeven after his big $1 million win on Illuminator. And he is pretty thrilled, but let's find out from him. Hevlin, do you remember Illuminator as a baby?
Yes, Vicky, I do. He showed potential when he was young, and he was a naughty boy and not very matured yet. That's why it took so long to go to his first run, and yeah, it gave you a good feel as a young horse.
How did Illuminator respond to you when he was a baby?
All the other people, the work riders and the jockeys didn't like him because he was a naughty boy, but I liked him because he showed me just a special character that he had, and we clicked. So I like to ride him every day. So yeah.
When you heard that Washing Mine was getting off, were you a bit intimidated about asking for the ride?
I was, but I was actually very scared. But you have to take opportunity when it comes to you, and I just took my opportunity, and I'm happy it worked out.
What did Glenn Puller say when you asked him for the ride?
There was a little bit of silence, but eventually they said, yes, okay, you can ride it, and I was over the moon.
Hevlin, when you went for your run or when you were planning your run up the straight, did everything go well for you?
Just before the straight, I got squeezed a bit and I dropped back, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm gone now. But coming in the straight, he just moved up. And when I saw Aldo in front of me, 2 lengths, and that time I knew I'm in a winning position, so I can go for it. And moved up, and he started winding, and he just took off. And first I thought, okay, I'm too late. But then he just went faster and faster, and I knew, okay, I'm going to win this. And I just started thinking about it.
When you crossed the line, were you confident that you'd won it, or were you in doubt?
I was pretty confident because I looked to my left and I saw I passed him, so I was 8 in front of them, and yeah, I was so happy. It's unbelievable.
What did it feel like knowing that you just won the $1 million race?
First, it just felt like a normal race, but when I pulled up and I thought I just won the $1 million race, and they actually prepped this horse for this race, and I won it. I was so emotional about it, and I couldn't believe it. And it's true what they say, hard work pays off.
This moment's definitely going to go down in the history books. Do you think this is a turning point in your career?
I think so. I must just keep my head down and keep working hard and try my best every day I race.
What does winning the CTS $1 million mean to you?
To win $1 million, the dream to come true, it means a lot. It's my biggest race ever, and it's my best horse. And for the stable that actually put me on the map when I was battling, Mr. Puller, Illuminator, Ian Roberts, Francis Kurithis, yeah, big thanks.
We believe in excellence. We believe that if you're going to do something, you do it to your best ability. We aim to make Balmoral #1 in the Southern Hemisphere, not just South Africa.
Well, fantastic catching up with Adrian Todd, MD of CTS, and also who came out for the sale. And great to catch up with him again was Richard Hoyles, one of the best commentators in the world, and he certainly plies his trade well. He did both the Investec Derby and the CTS $1 million, and Andrew Bond caught up with him to find out a bit more about his visit.
Yeah, I think to a certain extent, with the history of the JMB Met being the longest running sports sponsorship in the country, perhaps the Investec Derby needed to go and stand on its own alongside 2 other races that are one steeped in history and the other one making a lot of history.
Yeah, absolutely, particularly the sales race. Yeah, I think, you know, we're used in the UK to seeing Investec obviously flag up the Derby as their feature race with all of the branding, and I'm sure from a sponsor's perspective, having to play second fiddle to a long-established sponsor doesn't quite do it for you if you're making such a significant investment. So this time around, it's a different feel. As I say, in a way, the race is still playing second fiddle, but for a completely different reason. You've got the quality of the 2 Grade 1s, and then you've got that big paycheck, which we have quite a few races in the UK, but acts as a great lure for people buying here tonight, you know, that in 3 years' time they can be racing for that $1 million.
And of course, Investec very quietly involved behind the scenes in terms of securing that prize money, the brainchild of the financial wizards.
Exactly, because let's face it, with your exchange rate, you know, moving significantly from 3 years ago, I'm sure some maths were done at the time to hedge and ensure that it wasn't going to go through the roof. But whichever way you look at it, you know, 1,400 metres into that first turn is going to be extremely interesting with that amount of money on the line for the sales race, for sure.
Last year there was a hot pot favourite in Active War who we were very sure might not stay, and Mike Tukok produced a beast in Urtejal, who's now in Dubai, a really fantastic horse that loves the fast ground. The interesting thing is that the race itself is now going to be split into two, 12 and 1600 meters next year, which was met with a lot of very, very strong and positive acclamation.
Yeah, I can understand that in a way. 1400 metres in the UK, there is still no Group 1 1400 metre contest. It is seen, from breeding point of view, as a bit of a in-between distance. It's fair enough if you then go on to sire horses that stay, you know, the Derby trip in time, but we're talking about 3-year-olds that are contesting this race. We're not talking about 2-year-olds who might progress to that. So I can sort of understand the slight misgivings, you know, as to whether that suits better, given that you've got the two. You couldn't really go any higher than 16 because potentially I think you'd begin to tread on the toes of the Derby. You know, and that's the problem. We found that in the UK with sales races with some of the trials. The valuable prizes are so valuable that in actual fact they take away from some of the later group races at Newmarket, for example. That happens a fair bit late on in the season for 2-year-olds. So you wouldn't want it to detract from that, but splitting it into 12 and 1600, I can certainly see the logic about that, but it was a hell of an investment.
Well, it's sad for me to have to put the brakes on this interview, but at the end of the day, we've got to squeeze it in somewhere. It's been a delight chatting to you. I feel like we could chat forever, but wonderful to have you in South Africa, and sincerely look forward to being in your country and seeing the beautiful horse flesh that is your country so famous for.
Well, excellent. I'd just like to say thank you for everyone for making me so welcome on my return here. It's a city that, you know, I'm really getting to know now as well. I'll be able to drive around, you know, this time and see a lot more of it, and it's yeah, it's as beautiful as our horses.
Two stallions that will attract a lot of interest at the up-and-coming Val de Vie sale is Gimme the Green Light and What a Winter. They're both managed by John Freeman. Let's take a look.
Gimme the Green Light won his first 4 starts as a 2-year-old, including the Somerset Plate, and was Grade 1 placed in both of his other starts at 2.
And Gimme the Green Light gets up close home to win it, but with 100 meters left to go, it's all Gimme the Green Light, now gearing down to victory.
Variety Club, the green cap is still right there. Gimme the Green Light in front though and staying on well. Depardieu's now cutting back a deficit over towards the inside. Gimme the Green Light is flat to the boards but will stay on and win it from Depardieu.
And it's Gimme the Green Light, sidestep in Rio Carnival, but Give Me the Green Light simply does not have any faults.
Gimme the Green Light is the first 3-year-old to win the Grade 1 Romeral Queen's Plate in 40 years.
Gimme the Green Light is now coming to make a race of it. Variety Club is running on empty. Gimme the Green Light is storming home in the
He is the only horse to be dual Equus champion and Horse of the Year Variety Club twice. He is the highest rated 3-year-old to place in the J&B Met, where he finished an impressive 3rd. Only a length behind Igugu. He was the highest rated 3-year-old in South Africa in 2012. His sire, More Than Ready, has produced 13 international champions and 3 champion 2-year-olds. He has been champion sire of 2-year-olds in Australia twice. He has sired 3 Grade 1 Breeders' Cup winners, including Pluck, who was out of a Fort Wood mare bred in South Africa. Pluck is now at stud in Australia. More Than Ready is a respected sire of sires. It is rare for any mare to produce a Group 1 winner. Gimme the Green Light's dam, Yes She Can, produced 2 of them and stamped herself as one of the most important mares in the Australian stud book. Gimme the Green Light stands at Varsfontein Stud Farm and is the property of a syndicate managed by John Freeman.
What a Winter was a unique racehorse blessed with precocity, speed, and a brilliant temperament. The lightning-fast sprinting son of Western Winter won 15 races, including 4 Grade 1s, the Computerform Sprint, the Cape Flying Championship twice, and the Mercury Sprint. In short, he was a world-class sprinter.
What a winter! It's flying down the inside, and what a winter has won the Computer Form Sprint! What a winter! What a sprinter!
What a Winter's first crop of foals arrived on the ground in 2014. His foals are balanced with plenty of size and scope, and he has been extremely well supported by breeders in both of his first 2 seasons.
Access the world's best sires at the Inglis 2016 Yearling Sale Series. Sires represented include Redoute's Choice, Fastnet Rock, High Chaparral, Street Cry and Medaglia d'Oro. Join the most elite judges of the thoroughbred world at Inglis in 2016 as they select their next champion of the track. For more information, visit inglis.com.au.